Israel's deputy foreign minister is with me right now. I would like to talk to her about the present situation. Thank you so much for giving us time. What's the present situation in Israel?
Well, as you see, Iran has been sending its ballistic missile into civilian population. This is part of Iran's target. Now, what you see, and you heard the alarms also this morning, this is a reality of Israelis, everyday Israelis. What you hear now, there's going to be an alarm. We've just got a warning. We have less than 10 minutes to find a shelter before a rocket can hit this area. So we probably should walk towards a shelter area as well.
Okay. What's the overall situation here, and how do you see the tension between the two countries? Because you are the foreign minister, and what would you like to say?
Look, Iran is a threat on humanity. It's not just a threat on Israel. Israel's only the front line. We've been acting on the last minute before Iran could acquire nuclear weapons.
Iran says it was initiated by Israel. Israel attacked and they are protecting their sovereignty. Your answer?
Look, Iran has been deceiving the world for years now. It's been deceiving it in regards to its nuclear program, in regards to its ballistic missile
They
program.
say it is a civil nuclear program. Don't you believe that's a civil nuclear program?
You have to be so naive. Look, there's certain civilian nuclear program. When you have enrichment facility, conversion facilities, you enrich more than 60%. There's no real civilian use above 10%, let alone 3%. Okay? When you have advanced your ballistic missile capability, when you have a weaponizing program, I'm sorry, but if you truly believe to that, then I really understand why they were able to deceive you for so long.
Okay, US also attacked Iran, and it was earlier Israel versus Iran, but now US has intervened in it. It seems that escalation will further increase. Do you believe the same?
Look, I think it really depends also on, and I have to say, first of all, President Trump acting 2 nights ago, this was a true moment of a leader of the free world protecting humanity. President Trump is looking after the American interest, because when Iran is calling death to Israel, death to America, death to the West, Israel's only a small little point on the way to America. When we started this operation, we started with a bank of targets. Okay? This bank of targets is aimed to destroy the double existential threat over the head of Israel, meaning its nuclear military program and its military ballistic missile program. Once we finish that banks of targets, that's when it will be behind us. This is what we set as a clear statement of our operations there as well. We have to take down this double existential threat because the life of our children depends on it. This is about the future of our children, of Israel, but not just of humanity as well.
Okay, anyways, you are continuing attacks in Gaza also, and most of the countries criticize you people, and they say it's attack on humanity and children are being killed. They are being killed at the aid centers. What's your reaction? Because you are deputy foreign minister, and I would like to pose this question to you.
No, it's a great question, and I think that most Indian civilians will know there's no way to picture a pretty war. A war is a terrible thing. A war is a violent thing. Matter of fact, a war is a way to resolve a dispute. Now, we didn't want that war. Hamas has declared that war on the 7th of October, when it murdered thousands of Israelis, raped our women, burned our children alive, and that declaration of war set us on the attempt to defend our nation. Can I picture it pretty? No. Hamas is using civilians as human shield. It's hiding underneath hospitals. Its headquarters and missile launchers are underneath schools. We provide you with so much evidence, videos,
one question,
footage
because
of that. So you're telling me about the casualties. There isn't a thing like a clean war. Can you tell me one war that was clean of casualty?
Is that justified then? The pictures are coming, the videos are coming, the children are being killed, particularly around the aid camps.
The question is, whose responsibility is it? There could have been a ceasefire yesterday. Israel said yes. It said yes 2 months ago. It said yes last month. We said yes last week.
So where is the bottleneck? What's the bottleneck?
Hold on. It's Hamas that refuses to agree to a ceasefire. It's Hamas's that refuse to put its weapons down. It's Hamas's that refuse to bring back our family members it's abducted and are being held in the dungeon of torture of a death cult.
How many are still hostage there? Is there any number?
I think now, after we've returned 3 more of our family members in a special operation just yesterday, there's another 53 that are remaining in captivity.
What are your demands? You are saying that there is possibility of ceasefire. What should Hamas follow?
Well, Hamas just needs to say yes to a ceasefire, and it could have been a ceasefire not just yesterday, but 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay.
And so when you are looking through a heartbreaking situation of a war, the first thing you need to ask yourself is who opened that war? Whose responsibility is the continuation of the war? It's not Israel, it's Hamas.
So the question is how long it will continue, because IDF has continuously mentioned that you are continuing operations in Gaza. So how long
course.
it's going to continue?
Until Hamas
Yes.
lay down its weapon and return our hostages. So I think that our measures are very, very restricted in terms of what Israel's capability actually are. Our goal and only goal is to bring them back. If Hamas disarm tomorrow and bring them back home, the war is ending.
I think you are fighting war on 3 fronts. Number one is Iran, a country, and then Gaza and Lebanon also. Do you think it's going to end sooner or it's going to escalate further? Some people believe it might be the reason for the Third World War. Do you think it will stretch up to that level?
Look, so Israel's been fighting actually 6 different fronts.
Okay.
Israel's been fighting Hamas in Gaza, a proxy
Hezbollah
of
in
Iran.
Lebanon.
Hold on. Hezbollah in Lebanon, the army of Iran. Through Syria, they've been sending some of their militias throughout the war to fight us with missiles and with weapons, trying to infiltrate through the border. Another proxy of Iran. This is the 3rd front. They've been sending the Houthis, another Iranian proxies, with ballistic missiles as well, targeting Israel constantly, forbidding any kind of shipment to come into Israel as well. Okay, they've been sending missiles through Iraq. The missiles that the Shia militias of Iran have been sending through Iraq. This is another threat, and we've been fighting Iran directly. Okay, so this is serious. This is not just a single front, but a multiple front. And as you've seen, we were able to weaken them dramatically. The Middle East is being reshaped, and it's an opportunity.
Right now it's burning. Right now it's burning. Yes.
Look, it hasn't changed yet, but there's many opportunities now to create stability and to create peace. The question is whether the civilians are going to create this change and are going to fight for their freedom.
Okay, my last question. If Iran stops, you too will stop? No?
We, as we've said, we will not stop until our banks of targets that will make sure that both of those existential threats are eliminated.
But you said US said they did their job. US said they did their job. That means that is still existing. The threats are still existing.
As I said, we have a bank of targets
Okay.
to eliminate the double existential threat, the nuclear military program and the ballistic missile program. We will not stop until we make sure that that double existential threat is taken out.
Thank